When René Magritte produced this image of a pipe with its caption, "Ceci n'est pas une pipe," this is not a pipe, he was doing one of two things, or he was possibly doing one of two things. He was being clever and deliberately intellectually absurd in the way that the French are stereotyped to be, and just trying to show how smart he is by showing how dumb everyone else is, by believing in their own illusions. That's entirely possible. If, however, he was making a legitimate point, i.e., this is not a pipe, it's a painting, or perhaps this isn't even a painting, it's just a pile of oil, pigment, canvas, cardboard perhaps, wood, whatever, or perhaps it's just a jumble of matter and energy, an empty space, then I believe that that's a point that has to be addressed. The first option, Monsieur Magritte would just be detonating a nuclear bomb in the midst of a conversation to prove that everything is ultimately absurd, so there's no point in discussing anything. In the second, perhaps more intellectually honest scenario, Monsieur Magritte was pointing out that things are reducible, and perhaps infinitely reducible, or at least reducible to a final form, a final unity, or a final nothingness, perhaps. If you believe that he's simply throwing a monkey wrench into the works of the conversation, then there's no point in engaging him any further. If you believe, however, that he's pointing out that a lot of what we see is ultimately a construct of our own minds, in fact, almost all of it, and not just things we see, things that we perceive are ultimately constructs, then unfortunately that has to be addressed. Attacking Monsieur Magritte's motives is not the sort of thing that is going to address the issues he raises. Unless, of course, one believes that he's simply being clever.